I always thought betrayal was the worst thing someone could ever do to you. Until I found out what they were really hiding. Some wounds you don't see, not until they've already poisoned everything you love. And by the time you realize it, it's already too late to stop what's coming. This isn't just a story. It's a warning because monsters don't always hide under your bed. Sometimes they sleep beside you. I thought the rain would hide my tears, but even storms can't wash away the truth.
Zhani's dark files uncover the darkness. Hear what was never meant to do.
My name is Emily. I'm 27. I used to live with my boyfriend Jake in a quiet apartment complex just outside of Denver. We had been together for over 3 years. Jake was charming, funny, and weirdly romantic. He would leave sticky notes around the house that said things like, "You're my favorite reason to wake up." He remembered my mom's birthday when even I forgot. And my best friend Samantha, she was my ride or die. We met in college and stayed inseparable. She'd been there through every heartbreak, every triumph. Jake and Samantha even got along great, almost too great. But I was blind and happy until the cracks started to show. It began subtly. Jake started sleeping with his phone under his pillow. Samantha started canceling plans at the last minute, and when we were all together, I caught those glances. Quick, secretive looks they thought I wouldn't notice. One night, Jake came home late, claimed he was working late on a design project, but his clothes smelled like perfume, not mine. That night, while he slept, I took his phone. My heart pounded like a war drum. Locked, of course, but his fingerprints still worked. I opened it, and there it was. A full thread of messages with Samantha. Not one, dozens. Flirty texts, plans to meet. A picture of them. In our apartment. In my hoodie. I didn't cry, I didn't scream. I took screenshots and emailed them to myself. Then I waited. A week later, I asked Samantha to meet for coffee. We chatted like normal. She even complimented my nails. Then I looked her straight in the eye and said, "How long have you been sleeping with Jake?" She froze. Her hand clenched around the cup. Her smile faded. Then she smirked. Smirked like it was a joke. Like my world wasn't unraveling in front of her. She leaned back casually, took a sip of her coffee and said, softly, but with that same venom laced behind her eyes, "It was never about you, Emily." Time stopped. The cafe around us faded into static. Cups clinking, quiet chatter, the hiss of the espresso machine, all drowned out by the sound of my own pulse pounding in my ears. That broke me. Not because she cheated with the man I loved, but because in that moment, I realized they had both been pretending. Not just behind my back, to my face. For how long? Weeks? Months? Years? My fingers tightened around my cup until it almost cracked. But I didn't let her see the tears brimming behind my eyes. I stood up. No dramatic scene, no screaming, no accusations, just silence. I walked out of that coffee shop with my head held high, then went home, blocked them both, and screamed into a pillow until my throat went raw. But even then, I didn't know. That was only the beginning. After cutting them off, things got off. It started small, whispers at night, cold spots in my apartment. My cat would hiss at empty corners. Then I found a dead bird on my balcony, perfectly laid in the center, no blood, just placed there. Then I started waking up with bruises, long, finger-shaped ones across my thighs and arms. One night, I heard knocking on my window. But I live on the 5th floor. Then came the nightmare. Samantha, standing in my bedroom doorway, her eyes black as coal, she whispered,
You were never supposed to see it.
I had to know what was happening. I waited for Samantha to leave town. She posted about a weekend trip to Sedona on Instagram. I used the spare key she once gave me in case of emergencies. Her place was spotless. But her bedroom felt wrong. heavy. I found a small wooden box beneath her bed. Inside was a necklace, black stone, wrapped in silver wire. It pulsed, almost like it was alive. And underneath it, a journal. Pages and pages of ritual notes, symbols, blood sigils. My name, written over and over. With one phrase repeating in bold, "She must be emptied before the bond can take." I dropped it and ran. That night, I started packing. Clothes were flying into the suitcase. I didn't even fold them. I just knew I had to go. Something inside me was screaming, "Run." I grabbed the essentials: passport, charger, cat carrier by the door. I was shaking. The apartment felt off, like it was watching me. Just as I reached for the front door, every light in the apartment went out. Total darkness. Then, click. My phone died in my hand. No warning. Full battery. Just gone. I froze. My breath fogged in front of me like I had stepped outside in the dead of winter. But the windows were closed. Why was it so cold? And then, I heard it, a voice, smooth and close.
"You can't leave, Emily."
I turned around. Standing at the end of the hallway, Samantha. Her face was distorted, twisted, like her skin didn't fit her bones. Behind her, Jake, eyes hollow, dark circles carved into his face, lips stretched into a smile that didn't belong to a human. They weren't walking, they were gliding, silent, closer. I backed up, tried to scream, but nothing came out. My lungs locked. I slammed the hallway light switch. Nothing. Fumbled behind me until my fingers found the stairwell door. It wouldn't open at first, then it gave in with a horrible creak. I ran, barefoot, down 5 concrete flights. Every step felt like it was being chased. But I didn't look back. Not once. I hit the exit and burst into the street, breath burning in my chest, heart pounding like a war drum. The city was quiet, but I knew something had followed me. Now I live 2 states away. A new name, a new town, a new life. No social media, no old friends, no contact with anyone from back then. I've erased everything, every trace of who I was, where I came from, who I trusted. But the truth? You can't run from something that's inside you. Some nights, when it rains, I stand by the window, just watching. The drops hit the glass like ticking reminders, and I swear, I feel it. That necklace, the one I found in Samantha's room. I didn't take it with me, but it's like it's still here, pulsing, breathing, like it's buried somewhere close under the floorboards, inside the walls, or worse, inside me. And then come the dreams. Not just of Samantha, but of Jake, their faces twisted, eyes black as ink, smiling like they know something I don't. Their voices echo through the silence, especially hers, whispering words I can't forget.
"The bond was made. You just didn't stay long enough to see what you really are."
And that breaks me in a way betrayal never could. Because it means this story was never really about them. It was about me, about what I was becoming, what they tried to do, what they did. So if someone you love starts acting strange, if their smile seems empty, their touch colder, their eyes somehow wrong, don't assume it's just cheating, don't assume it's lies. It might be the beginning of something deeper, something ancient, something cruel, something that doesn't want your love. It wants your soul. This isn't just a story, it's a warning.